What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another session of Coffee and Martial Arts. Salute, salute, salute. Cheers. Oh, yeah, it's good coffee today. Yes, sir. An amazing show we have to do for you today. Sorry, I'm just sharing everything here on social media. Yes, sir. So we are all set. Just a second, please. Okay, this is important, of course. Okay, let me just remind you that we are going live through our Facebook page, Master Frank Soto. Master Frank Soto, hold on a second. Okay, here we go. Yes, sir. Okay, so please like and follow us there. Like the page, like the video, share the video. That also helps a lot with the algorithm. And if you want to share some star with us, there, that's always welcoming. Okay. Sorry, I haven't been very you know um, disciplined about being here on Thursday in English because we have had some guests in Spanish. Thank you to all the Latin community. They have been really active with all of this, so we had to take some more time. But we've been going live on Saturday sometimes. We did the Teachings of a Kempo Master episode with Grandmaster Larry Tatum. We did a Coffee and Martial Arts a previous Saturday with Senior Master Sean Kelly from Florida. So we are working as hard as possible, okay, to be here and to share with you all of this. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm still looking down, but I'm sharing right now everything. You know how it is. Okay, let's see. This is good. Okay. I think we're set. Yeah, we're set. Okay, so let me just say that we are also going live through our YouTube channel, the Kinetic Dragon channel at Frank Soto Kinetica. Okay, you can find us at Frank Soto Kinetica on YouTube. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the little bell so you get notified every time we go live. We're also going live through the Internacional Hall of Fame page of Argentina Facebook page. That's a great group of martial artists led by Master Juan Martin Alvarez that they're doing their thing down south. Oh, yes, sir. They have a nice magazine that is printed on paper still and also digital, of course. So they do a lot of work down there. Saludos, Master Juan Martín Álvarez y a toda la gente argentina. Okay, so today it's that first Thursday of the month. Yes, I love this, the first Thursday of the month, because we get to share this platform, this show, this live streaming with my good friend and now longtime collaborator, okay, Guro Kathrin Sumpter. She's a Filipino martial arts expert and a Taekwondo expert, and she always brings very good and very, let's say, unique points of views about the martial arts. And that's why I like, this section, because we get to explore different things about the martial arts and different ideas, okay? So let's welcome the lady of the hour, Kathrin Sumpter. Hello, Guro.
Good morning, Master Frank. How are you?
Fine. How are you? Good morning. Salud.
Good. Salute.
Okay. Before we start, let me just share with the audience that we have the Grandmaster Larry Tatum Masterclass coming up on October the 29th. Let me put the information up here. Oh, that's in Spanish. Hold on. Let me bring the one in English. Okay, so we have the Masterclass coming up on October the 29th. So we have a message that was sent to us by Grandmaster Larry Tatum. Let's hear it, okay? Good.
Hi, I'm Larry Tatum, and I just wanted to give you another reminder. At the end of this month, on October 29th, we're doing a master class hosted by Frank Soto. So just go to Frank Soto's Facebook page or go to my page, Facebook, and you'll see the link to it. Now, we're going to be doing a hands-on podcast where I'll actually be in my gi and working in front of the camera. So I look forward to seeing you there. And this is going to be hosted from Mexico. I'll be in Mexico for 2 days filming this, okay? It'll be live. Check in on us. see if there's still room. A lot of people all over the world have signed up for it, but I just wanted to remind those of you that haven't done it yet, you still have a few weeks to do it. So we look forward to seeing you. And I'm going to go over some unique stuff, and I'm going to move so that you can, it's one thing to talk about it and explain how something is done in our art, but when you move with what you're explaining, then that's beginning to share more than just telling people what it is. So I look forward to seeing you there, and that's at the end of the month. If you need any help, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to talk to me, and I'd be happy to help you. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
There you have it. Thank
Very
you.
cool.
Here's the information right there for anybody who's interested. There you go. First International Masterclass online with Grandmaster Larry Tatum, Kempo, Spreading the Flame. Okay, the topics are going to be the codifying the Kempo strategy, two-man set, and advanced Kempo applications. It's going to be assisted by myself and Hector. So the cost for the class is $25 per person. You will get a certificate of attendance. Yes, and in order to join the class, okay, just you can pay via PayPal to Grandmaster Larry Tatum account. At his account is ltatum1@mindspring.com. That's the PayPal account. You get that payment, and then you resend your PayPal confirmation email to my email, dragonkinetico@gmail.com. Okay? Okay, thank you. Sorry about this, Guro, but
it looks like fun, and it seems like you're already getting a good response.
Yeah, we already have close to 50 students signed up for the Zoom class, and we expect a lot more actually. So we have limited space. So if anybody is interested, you should join as soon as possible. Okay, so back to you. Thank you for being here today. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to mention too, just one more time, and I've said it to you before, but it's so great that you host your podcast on Facebook and on YouTube, because I know so many people that, they absolutely won't go on Facebook, and then some people are exclusively Facebookers. So for you to cover those bases, I think that's really cool,
Thank you.
Yes,
well,
we're going to get you there.
The thing is, Facebook works better for community. As a community, it's much better. But YouTube gives you, it stays there. It's easier to access after the show because people can go to your channel and just look for the video and stuff. So that's why I like doing both, because it's definitely a good compliment. Okay, we have a lot of people saying hello today.
Oh,
Let's
nice.
see. Josh Gosh, hello, Mr. Soto. Hello, thank you, Mr. Gosh. Nice to see you here. Jorge Sanchez, viva el Kempo, Soto Kempo. Thank you. She's great. Okay, thank you, sir. Let's see. Larry Tatum is the best. Thank you, sir. Kathy is great instructor.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Well,
okay.
Thank you.
David Zúñiga Morales, saludos from Costa Maestro. Saludos. Thank you. Let's see. Javier Santamaria, saludos from Mexico. Sensei Javier Kitsune Santamaria. Saludos, Sensei. Gracias. Os. Iván Castillo, saludos from Bucaramanga, Colombia. Saludos. David Zúñiga, saludos para Master Frank y CCDP Kathrin J. Martial Arts Herrera, saludos from Guatemala. Master Larry Tatum, what a great Kempo, I guess. Thank you, sir. George Gosh says, hello, Miss Sumpter. Hello. Javier Santamaria, gracias, Sensei. Thank you. Saludos. Gracias. Ryan Oliver, salute from Merced, California. I enjoy watching the live YouTube streams. Thank you. Salute, sir. Okay, so we have a lot of people saying hello today. Cool.
Nice.
So what do you got prepared for us, Guro?
Well, I'm excited because I had sent you a video, and I'm hoping that we can watch that video. And it's a colleague of mine who broke a world record, and it's just really cool. So his name is Andy Webb, and he hails from Ireland. And this man decided that he was going to crush the world record of tile breaking, and he did it. I guess one of the things that came up for me is, how do you train for that, right? So he actually posted a couple of his training videos, but I'm hoping that you could show that world smashing tile breaking record
Yes,
video.
of course. You want me to show it right now?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it. Here it is. There we go.
I just dig that video. I've watched it a lot, and I just love that video. What a great thing. In fact, so I showed it to each of my classes, you know, and especially in the kids' classes, it was so fun to watch the kids watch the video. And at some point after it was over, I told them, I said, why not you? You know, and I just don't think that maybe, you know, they would put themselves in that position. It's like, somebody has to make this stuff up, you know, and I really need to talk with Andy and find out what sort of made him decide to do this.
Right.
But records were meant to be smashed. And so when I said something to the kids of, you know, why not you? You think of something in martial arts, who can do the most front snap kicks, you know, whatever that challenge might be, why not you? And I could see the wheels turning, you know. It's I think it's a very inspiring video, you know. But the guy crushed it. I'm really proud of him. So in his town in Ireland, boy, the newspapers are printing articles and lots of pictures, and it's just really, I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool that the guy did it.
Great, excelente. Saludos al maestro Jaime Jerez.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and I mean, it's very inspiring, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, you can pick something and go set the record for it, you know.
I couldn't stop noticing that he's a Kempo guy. He has a Kempo crest on his gi. So interesting, and interesting that that age is not a problem, because for some people it is, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm right now, you know, I'm very sensitive about age because I'm going to be 50 next week. So in a good way, but still, I mean, it's something you don't consider until you're there, right? When we're younger, it's like we think we're going to live forever and we're going to be young forever. And then when you get older and you start getting injuries and you start getting tired and you get, I don't know, cold feet, I don't know, I can't stand air conditioning the way I used to, for example, when I'm, you know, it's hot here. So in the summer we get air conditioning, and I used to put it all the way, the coolest, you know, get the room, the cold, as cold as possible, right? And now I'm like, it's like, okay, I need to turn it off. And then I'm like, so, you know, the things about age, right? But
welcome
still,
to the club.
yeah, and to be able to see a man, I mean, he doesn't. I'm not saying he's all, but he just doesn't look young. But doing things a young man could do, it's a good thing when you ask, why not you? Right? I think it's a very valid point. So cool. I like it.
Yeah, yeah, and it was so inspiring for the students, not just the kids, but the adults too, to be able to see that. And like I said, I really, really need to talk with this guy and find out, what made him think of this. Like, I'm going to do this. Maybe he saw the current record, and decided, no, I could do better.
Well,
And I guess what you lack in youth, you make up for in determination. I don't know. I don't
if
know.
you're gonna talk to him, why don't you invite him to the show?
That sounds great. That sounds great. I'd love that. Yeah.
Yeah, we can both interview him.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah. He would be a good fit for your show. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah.
exciting. Yeah.
But he's
But
gonna be your guest, so you're gonna have to be here.
oh, gee, thank you. That's so nice. Thank you. But I guess the other part of it too is that, like I said, it's so inspiring. And one of the things that I was talking with some of the students, and some of the incentives, and sometimes rank promotion is, especially for the kids, maybe isn't enough of an incentive. And I have been talking with parents, and they say that their children operate really well with incentives. And no matter how big or small they are, just something little, maybe getting your name on the board or whatever it is. And I know especially in the kids' classes, we definitely have challenges, and they love it. I'll just create a challenge. It doesn't matter what it is. We have one called our Filipino Footwork Challenge. And we set up one of those, ladders on the floor, and you do your Filipino footwork, and who can beat the score, and but also be technically correct, whatever that challenge is, and they just go for it. And I know that, like at CCDP worldwide, the Cacoy Kinyeri Dose Pares worldwide, in the Philippines at headquarters, they constantly have challenges. Throughout the year, they'll have challenges, and it's very inspiring. And even just being part of the competition is a big deal. So yeah, it's cool.
Right, right. And what about you? Why not you?
Exactly. Oh, you want me to break some tiles?
I don't know. You can be creative and look for a record
Yeah.
to break. You
Well, if
said
I
it.
did, I'm telling you, I'm gonna beat Andy's record. I'm not gonna not. But that's a lot of trash talking. I don't know. I don't think I've ever broken tiles in my life, so I better not. No, Andy, you're the man. Oh, guy, funny.
Well, there are other records that have been set by different martial artists, right? Let's see, what's her name? Chloe Bruce, British martial artist. She did, I think, the most kicks in
Oh,
1 minute. I think the roundhouse
oh,
kicks in 1 minute. I think it was like over 100, or I don't know, like
wow.
150, or I don't remember how many. It was insane. Uh,
Right.
but there are other
And
records.
they have to be good. They have to be good kicks.
Oh,
They have
oh
to
yeah.
be sure. I mean, they can't be. They have to have all those elements to be effective kicks. Sure,
No,
sure.
and she did a great job. I mean, it's just the leg out up there and doing that roundhouse kick, pa, 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 and it was just. And I think she did it on a TV show. It was a big deal. I don't know, like 5-6 years back or something like that. I don't remember, but I remember
No
that.
pressure.
I'm not really into world records anymore. I was when I was younger. I loved watching them, but still, it's impressive. And it's like you said, it's um, what's the word you use? Inspiring.
Inspiring, yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
and no matter what, it makes you train. It definitely makes you train, and in something that maybe that you weren't training in before. But yeah, I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool.
And one of the things that we as instructors or senseis or teachers or maestros of martial arts should do, and I firmly believe in this, is we need to always keep the student falling in love with the art, right? We need to make our students love the art, and we need to be creative, and we need to change our ways and keep on learning and keep on looking for things, and not just teaching, because it's our responsibility in a way to keep them engaged, with the arts, instead of blaming the student, because blaming the student, it's a very a comfortable position, right? It's like, yeah, that student, blah, 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 he left or she left, blah, blah, blah. She didn't have or he didn't have what it takes, whatever. And no, I think as instructors and martial artists, we have to make them fall in love again and again with the art, right? And this is actually what this is about, this show, to inspire people and share the love for the art, basically.
I think you're doing a great job making that happen too,
Well, it's because of the guests, basically, right? And my collaborators, people like yourself that, put their time and the effort for being here and sharing and teaching and sharing the passion, because we are passionate about what we do. I mean, I think it will be fair to say that most of martial arts instructors or senseis are passionate about, they have the call, right, for teaching and for the martial arts. I think most, not everybody, of course, we cannot say that, but I think most of us, it will be fair to say that. So that being said, if we have that love and passion for the art, we need to convey that to the student, to the practitioner, right? And also to the people around us, right? For them to join the class and to be a part, because we know the benefits that they get out of this. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely true. Yeah.
So also, I think that's the responsibility of the instructor. And the thing for the student will be to stay with their teachers, and why am I saying all this? Because, well, my instructor is coming back to Hermosillo after 22 years of absence. Basically, I left his association back in 2000 and went on my own, and I know how hard it is to be without a guidance, to leave your sensei and do it on your own. It's not something I would suggest today. It's something I did do and I did promote, when I was younger and I don't want to say, but dumber, basically. Yeah, but now that I'm back with my my instructor, with my teacher, Grandmaster Larry Tatum, I could say to everybody, don't leave your instructor, don't leave your sensei. Stick to it. Stay with your teacher. Learn from him, from her, and for that to happen, the teacher also has to have that responsibility of keep on inspiring and making your student stay in love with the art, right? In love with the do, right? With the way, I should say, right?
Right.
I think that's very important. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Oh, no, I agree. And it's not always easy, because we're, with all that said, and it's all good, and then we're running a business, and, I guess it can be a grind. I don't know. I don't always rush off to work. Once I'm there, I love it, but sometimes it's like, oh, I got to work today, but yeah, it's you got to be on a lot and be that inspiration. So yeah, you're right. If you can have a good sensei or a couple of good senseis, depending on how many arts you study, and get that inspiration from them, it goes a long way. And I will say, as far as that Dekimasu Alliance, my Taekwondo instructor is the founder of that organization, and I couldn't ask for a better sensei. He is just very inspirational.
Right. And you can definitely have several senseis for sure. I'm not saying you just stay with that person, right? But also one of the things that my instructor always says that that he has shared on the shows and stuff, Mr. Tatum, is that he loves Kempo. He loves what he does. He's in love with with what he does. So for him, he says he has never worked in his life, basically.
Oh, right.
So, because he's just doing what he loves. So for him, it's not work. It's just joy, right? So that's an interesting point of view. I think I see it the same way. I don't actually. One of the funny things that happens to me is I feel I don't work enough because I don't feel I'm working.
It's just hard. I'm a little speechless. It just seems like you're one of the hardest working people in martial arts.
Yeah,
well, and that's what they say, though. I mean, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, right?
Right. And I feel, I mean it. I feel I don't work enough. And I always tell this to my wife, I didn't work. And she looks at me like, you're an idiot, right? And she even tells me, you're crazy. She said, you're just crazy, right? But that's how I feel sometimes. For me, this, for example, this is not work. It's just, pure joy.
Well, it shows, and maybe that's why your show has also gotten a lot of traction. And I think also, at the time that you started Coffee and Martial Arts, it was maybe a byproduct of the pandemic, and boy, people gravitated to it, trying to find a new way to stay connected in the arts. And so you did it, right? So that's very cool.
Thank you.
And I can't mention my Taekwondo instructor without also mentioning Senior Grandmaster Anthony Kleeman, who's my stick fighting instructor. I just don't get to see him enough, and we're all scattered, and that's difficult. So when you tell me that, your sensei, Larry Tatum, he's coming back, he's coming back to Mexico. You guys are going to collaborate on this class together, do this thing together. It must be very nice. I mean, every time I get to see my instructors, it's a big deal to me, because we're scattered. We're all over the place.
It's funny because I feel, very flattered, I should say, because he wanted to come back. And also, it's funny, but I feel not worthy, because there's so many people out there that has stayed with him, that has worked under his guidance and doing their thing in their association and stuff. I just feel unworthy, right? But I still feel I'm so happy. I don't care. You know what I mean? I just take it, and I'm so happy to have him back. I feel blessed, also. So that's why I'm sharing this, because I think this is important for people. Because it is important for me. That's why.
Oh, that just makes me laugh. I'm not worthy, but I don't care. Perfect.
Basically, yeah. I mean, it's just, if you think about it, I was out of his association for, I'm not back in the association. I'm back with him, but as my teacher. But I was away from it for 20, almost 22 years. And now he's coming back and wants to do things, work together and stuff. That's, for me, I feel blessed, but I feel unworthy. I really do. It's like, wow, this is so cool, and for him to take the time to do it and to even consider it, I was like,
it's a nod to your career and what you've done. I mean, it's definitely a thumbs up to you, for him to do that, because he's keeping tabs on his students and yeah, it's a compliment for sure,
And that's why I'm saying, if you can't stay with your sensei, stay with your instructor and learn as much as you can, because we're not going to be here forever. They're not going to be here forever. So we need to take the most, while we can, and just take it, because there's a lot of knowledge and wisdom to be shared in the martial arts, especially if you find that good sensei, like I had. You just want to, squeeze his mind and get all the knowledge that you
Well,
can.
and then I think the other part of it too is that whenever I get the chance to be in the company of Hanshi Clay Worley or Senior Grandmaster Anthony Kleeman, I have the opportunity to maybe show them something that I'm getting better at or getting good at. It's like, look at me, you know. And so yeah, it's exciting. You get to, you know, impress your sensei. I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, and if you get a man like this gentleman, Andy is his name, right?
Yeah, Andy Webb.
Andy Webb, you know, you can see the man is passionate, and he is doing his job, inspiring his students and make them fall in love with the art, you know, with those type of displays. I think it's worth, you know, meeting these people. That's why I do this, you know, in this show, to get all these people for an hour to talk for free and to share their knowledge and their wisdom and their experience. I have learned so much in the past 2 years from all of this, you know, things. It's unbelievable. And, you know, and I think we had this discussion before. I didn't believe in being, you know, I didn't believe much in humbleness. I do now, actually. You know, that's weird. Um, uh, in a good way, you know, just allow yourself to listen to other people, allow yourself to put them in a higher place than yourself. Like, if especially when they're your elders, right? You give them the position of respect, and if they earn it, the position of admiration, and keeping yourself in check in a way that you don't let your judgment destroy that image, because that's what happened to me. My ego, my judgment destroyed the sensei student relationship back in the day. And I don't regret what I did, because my path took me to where I am now. But I believe that it would have been easier. You know, it would have been a lot easier if I didn't do this. I guess also I appreciate it more now that I've been on the other side, the running side, you know, and coming back to my instructor, I appreciate him more, for sure. And that's why I'm saying, if you can stay as much as possible with your teacher and teachers, you know, senseis, plural, and get the most out of them, I think you should. And if they are inspiring you, like this gentleman, like the video you shared, wow, I mean, amazing, right?
Well, I think also when you talk about that, you know, you don't regret your path because it put you where you're at now. And I think it's a common stop on that path. I can relate. I can really relate to what you're saying. I guess we're older and wiser, hopefully. I hope, you know. But I think that's a common stop on the path. You know, and I feel like all of our martial arts paths are so individual, but there's commonalities. And
Right.
I think that could be one of them. And that's so interesting that you said you kicked off sort of this concept by saying, I think we might have talked about this before. I think that was one of our very first discussions, talking about humility.
Right. I remember.
You know, and I remember trying to get my brain around that sort of a abstract notion of humility. And I found that quote that sits in the dojo today. Was it Golda Meir who said it? She said, "Don't be so humble, you're not that great."
Yeah, I like that one. Yes, actually, I like that as well. Well, see, that's the thing. Don't use, you know, humbleness as a tool to put yourself in a great position, because then
Very, yes.
then it's
Yeah.
then you're not being humble at all, right? But when I talk about this, basically what I mean is, give yourself a chance to learn from other. Give yourself a chance to listen to other people, and put yourself in a second position instead of just yourself. Because usually we want to talk, we want to share, we want to say, we want people to listen to us. But if you give yourself sometimes to listen to people, you're gonna really gonna learn a lot. And also, one of the things that I, now that we're talking about sayings and teachings, but there was this thing that I don't remember who said it. I don't remember if it comes from Tony Robbins or some guy like that. Says you need to earn your right to share your story. That one I like. Earn the right to share your story or to tell your story. And how do you earn the right to tell?
You're reading my mind. How do you?
By listening to the other person's story first. Okay.
That's
so
fair.
once you listen to the other people's story, then you have earned your right to share yours.
That's fair.
And I like that.
Yeah,
And I actually,
I do too.
yeah, and I actually took that. And that's why here on the show, when I have a guest, especially when it's a new guest, I will shut up and listen carefully. Pay attention, not just let the person talk, because then you're not listening, right? Be interested to what they have to share. And one of the things that I have learned is everybody has really, I know this is a cliche, but still, everybody has a good story to tell. It's something that you're going to learn for sure.
So, oh yeah, agreed. And I think also sometimes it's hard to listen because you find how little you know. It is very humbling. And if you're not actively, consciously humble, you will get humbled, because when you really end up listening to people, you find out how little you know.
Yeah, and the other thing, it's important. It's like you said, if you're repeating to yourself all the time, you have to be humble. Show yourself humble, and then it's twisted, right? Then it becomes twisted. Don't humble yourself that much because you're not that great. I agree. And that's the problem with being humble. When you take that banner, right? I'm going to be humble, and I'm going to show everybody how humble I am. Then it's just another form of pride and ego, right? So keeping yourself in check and being honest with yourself and listening to it. I think one of the best exercises that I have come up with is listening to other people without judging them. Just listening as much as you can. And it's at the beginning, it's not easy. It's not. And I have come up with my own ways of shutting myself up. And that's why, and I've said it before, but that's why I do this when I'm on the show, right?
I was just about to ask you, what's your trick to do it? Oh, yeah, well done.
And I'm just saying to myself, shut up and listen. That's what I do. So especially if I do this, it's because my mind wants to say something. I'm like, no, shut up, listen, right? And it becomes a good habit.
That's very good. Oh, sort of the behind the scenes, what's going on, your backstage secrets. And here we're talking about humility, and we're also talking about breaking records.
Yes.
And I got to hand it to Andy, because it is a very humbling thing to go out there and put on this display, this show that you're going to break this record, because you may fail, and that's part of it. You may fail. So it's actually a pretty humble thing to put yourself out there and take that risk. It's definitely a risk. It's a very courageous act, what he did. It took a lot of time and money to set up those tiles. They called in the press. I mean, no pressure, right? And
he made it look easy.
He did a great job.
He doesn't look like a big deal, because he made it. That tells you how well trained the man was.
Yeah, well trained, and also I also believe humble, and also
focused,
absolutely. And also just by virtue of, like I said, making this claim that I'm going to make the effort to break the world record, having the press there, all his friends, his family, his peers, And like I said, no pressure. I mean, that really has got to light the fire under you to go a little stronger, a little faster, a little better. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he looks driven too, right?
Yeah, he was driven. Yeah, he did it.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Let
Yeah.
me share some of the comments. We have people saying hello here. Juan Cristino, gran transmisión, great broadcast. Congratulations desde este pequeño, from this small country, but with a big heart, Uruguay. Gracias, saludos a toda la gente de Uruguay. Si fue Ernesto Colberner, salud maestros, Casa de la Cultura China, Santa Fe, Argentina. Salud, sir, saludos. Francisco Martinez, full salute for both of you, Master Frank and Guro Kathrin from San Jose, California. Excellent program as always. Gracias, Francisco. Salud, my friend.
Yeah.
Yes, let's see. Javier Santamaría, gracias, Sensei Frank and Kathrin, desde Casa de la Cultura de Cuautla, México. Saludos, gracias. Seguiré. I will follow your transmission. Voy a impartir clases. I'm going to teach. Thank you.
Oh, that's great. People
Gracias, gracias.
Yeah.
Saludos, maestro. Gracias. Vagelis Drosso. Salud, Master Frank. Salud, Catherine Sumpter. Salud, sir. All the way to Greece. Sir, hope to see you on the Grandmaster Larry Tatum Masterclass, sir. Thank you. Scorch 1028. A question for both of you. How are your martial arts schools weathering the recession? Oh, cool. Good question.
Wow, that is a really good question. Well, I know for me, you know, I haven't raised my fees in years and years and years. I know that. I know that I'll waive fees sometimes. You know, it's and you and I have also talked about this before too, is that it's a disposable income industry.
Oh, yeah.
And when your family is struggling, what are you going to let go of? You're going to let go of the extras.
Of course.
And unfortunately, that includes your martial arts program. So I really do my best. You know, and some of these families are so terrific. And some of them have 2, maybe even 3 of their children enrolled, you know, or I'll have a husband and wife enrolled. And I just, you know, it can turn into a monthly debt or a monthly bill for them. I get it. And yeah, so I don't entertain the idea of raising fees. And I've been fortunate too, because my landlords haven't raised my fees. So I've been fortunate for that.
Right. Well,
how about you?
Well, see, I own the place. That's a big,
Right.
You know, big deal when you have your space and I don't pay rent. So that helps a lot. But mostly what I do is this, you know, being on social media more. And I have a lot of stuff on video that I sell online. And that helps me because it's not just the income from the students that are live here, you know, the classes here, but also the stuff that I sell online. I sell courses, Kempo courses, self-defense, stuff like that. So you just need to be creative. And I would say there was this, again, you know, I like watching all these guys, Tony Robbins, John Maxwell, Dean Graziosi, whatever, all these guys, you know, because they always have some ideas to share, some interesting ideas, some stuff I don't like, but most of the stuff I think it's good. And one of the things they said that when this crisis hit, they went and interviewed Warren Buffett, right? You know who Warren Buffett is?
Of course.
Of course, right? So the man is in his 90s and he's a multi-billionaire. And so they went and asked him, okay, so we're going in this huge, you know, worldwide crisis, whatever, this economic recession. And what can we invest upon? You know, and these are men, you know, a couple of gentlemen that have money to invest, and they go to one of the richest men on earth, right? And the guy looks at them and says, oh, that's very easy. You invest in yourself.
Oh, fantastic.
Right?
I wasn't expecting that answer.
No, they were
Oh.
expecting, go to the whatever, invest in houses, real estate, or the stock market, whatever. And he said, no,
Pharmaceuticals.
invest in yourself. He said the best thing you can do when there's a recession or a crisis is you need to be the best in your craft. Right? That's what he said. If you are the best in your craft, no matter how badly the recession is, you're going to be able to charge a good amount of money for what you do, a fair amount of income it's going to generate because you're the best.
Mm-hmm.
Said, right? And the other thing is, if you're going to invest in a business, don't invest a lot of money with the overhead, especially. So one of the things that you can invest that it doesn't require big investment is this, right? Social media. Become a part of this, because here it's really not a big, I mean, you don't have to buy many things or invest in a building or something like that, because the passive and the active, the bills are the ones that are going to eat you alive in a crisis. So that was good advice. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I guess also, here you've got this upcoming class with Larry Tatum, and the fee is incredibly reasonable, so.
Well, that's
right.
why. That's the reason. Actually, I talked to him and I convinced him to lower the price, because we're also targeting the Latino countries, right? And it has to be affordable for everybody. And like I said, this is a way to keep people inspired and in love with the art, because you're gonna give them access to one of our icons in Kempo, which is Master Tatum, right? One of the living legends, or whatever you want to call them, right? He is one of the top guys. And you're going to get to see him for a couple hours teaching on the mat for $25. I mean,
And the collaboration, I mean, and you too, and this fantastic collaboration. Like you said, it's been 22 years, and it's a steal,
Well, that's the idea. And so that's what I would suggest, that's how I handle this recession. And don't think about it much, basically. I'm not thinking about it. I'm like, oh, we're not, no. I'm just, keep on doing things, keep on being creative, keep on creating more income in a different ways, multiple sources of income, stuff like that. Because when you own a school, you stick with just your studio. So a way to do it, if you take advantage of your studio and just have a computer there and internet, you can have Wi-Fi or whatever and start, doing stuff for the bigger audience. Because in your studio, you're going to be limited by, the people around you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Megamouth Spike says, one of the most humble martial artists of our time is Rickson Gracie. When Rickson won in his prime, he used to say, I'm not the best fighter in the world, even though it's possible that he was. Okay, cool. Thank you for sharing.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Great. And I think respecting other people and being nice to other people and listening to other people is, maybe it's not even humbleness. It's just, good habits, being polite.
When you were talking earlier about not just passively letting someone talk, but sort of an active listening. And yeah, that's got to be good no matter what field you're in.
Right.
Yeah. But I think it's super important for instructors.
One of the things that I remember I said back to you when we talked about this the first time, and I still believe that, I believe in empathy, basically. Try to listen to the other person with empathy. Trying to understand what that person means and why is he or she saying what he or she is saying, because first you learn more and you show respect and some type of admiration for that person's life. It doesn't matter what the person, whether you like the person or not, the life of that individual, it's worth, listening to and recognizing. You're recognizing life, basically. So that's the way I see it.
Agreed.
Cool. So I guess we went a little bit of on a tangent when with this, but this is why I like this, because we get from one thing to the other, right?
Yeah, and I don't know, I guess it all ties together, we started with this video from Andy Webb, and the idea of, I'm going to take a crack at this, I'm going to do this, and how it takes a certain amount of courage and self-confidence and humility, with the risk that, it's a risk. It's definitely a risk. I gotta hand it to people when they put themselves out there and they take a risk, even if you fail, so what? You did it. I've had more students in the last couple of months asking me about tournaments, and it basically shut down here with the pandemic. And I've been kind of keeping my ear to the ground about tournaments, and what a great experience. I mean, it's a big risk. It's hard to get out there for the first time and compete against other people. But I sure hope we can get back to it, because I think it's a great experience.
Yes,
and I think it does take humility. I mean, you are putting yourself out there. You're asking to be judged. You're paying people to judge you. Gee.
right.
Are you mad? No, it's just a lot of courage, and like we were talking about, humility, and yeah, I think it's a good thing.
Well, you're also paying to be able to compete against other people, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that's also a part of it, to see where you're at. Maybe you're going to be inspired by some other competitor, and it's going to say, wow, I want to be like him or her. Like, yeah,
for sure,
I'm going to get to that level, or are just challenged in a good way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like what you did with your students, you were challenging them in a good way. Why not you?
Exactly. Oh, and you'd see the wheels turning, So I'm sure by next week they'll come to me with all sorts of ideas, and I'll be all over it. Yeah, whatever you want to try, let's do it. Let's break that record.
Nice. Yeah, one of the hardest thing, I believe, when you teach is, because you're not teaching to just one person, you're teaching group, right? You're teaching to a variety of individuals, to keep them, challenged, but also happy, not frustrated. Challenge enough for them to thrive, to keep on going, but not, it's that easy that they're gonna get bored. Because like I said, you have different individuals. If it's just one guy, it's easy, right? But when you have, I don't know, 5, 10, 20 guys on the mat, on your tatami, and you're teaching them, and you need to keep everybody, challenged and happy and motivated. I think, like I said, instructors have to be creative. Senseis have to keep on studying, right? That's our responsibility. That's our commitment, right? We need to keep on studying, keep on learning, keep on getting new ideas, getting new knowledge, and learning new ways to convey our teachings, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so we are running out of time
already. It goes so fast.
We have like 5 minutes to go. So anything you want to add before we go? Okay, let's see. We have one more comment here. David Zúñiga says, good question. ¿Cómo mantener un grupo diverso compenetrados? How to keep a diverse group linked together in the same class. What do you do, Guro?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
It says, how to keep a diverse group when you have like different individuals, a bigger group, how to keep them happy and engaged in the same class. How do you do that?
It's definitely a challenge. I guess it's a challenge. But I guess one of the things that I have is that I have limited space. So I'll accommodate 8 people, right, at a time. I can accommodate 8 people comfortably at a time. So it can only be so diverse, right? So yeah, you do have to keep people engaged. I have the main training ring, and then off to the side I have a small little area, and oftentimes I'll have students work on one thing in one area, and then I'll work with the other students in the main training area. I don't know. Yeah, it is. You do have to be creative.
What's the bigger group you have taught?
The biggest group
Yeah, the biggest one.
that
Yes.
I've taught. Well, I've done a couple of seminars. I know that there's a school in a nearby town, and they have just an enormous studio. It's well, it's a big school, and I was invited to teach a stick fighting seminar. So I was there for the day, and oh, I don't know, 40, 50 people maybe.
And
Yeah.
how was that?
Oh, it's great. It's just great. I love it. Yeah.
The energy, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially they were all most of them were black belts, but they weren't stick fighters, but they had a little bit of experience with stick fighting.
Cool.
And so when I came on, oh yeah, it was great fun. I had a great time. Yeah. The more
Nice.
the merrier.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different experience. I mean, I like small groups as well, especially when I want to teach them the art to get them from, all the way from A to C. It's easier and it's better for the students if you have small groups. But the magic of a big group, right? When you get 100 guys in front of you and all the energy that goes around that group when they start moving and flowing and hitting and whatever they're doing, right? Even if they're using weapons and sticks and wow. The energy, it's so contagious. It's so amazing, right?
Yeah, very fun.
Yes. Kempo Shop Magazine. Bravo, Master Frank. Salute, Catherine. Thank you, sir. Well, this has been great. I really, and I don't say just this just to say it. I really enjoy our conversations every first Thursday of the month. It's a great day for me always. So thank you so much, Guro.
Likewise, Master Frank. Thank you so much for everything that you do.
You bring joy to the show. You really do. And I mean that, a very unique point of view, which I really appreciate. I like.
Thank you, Master Frank. You too.
Anything you want to add before we go?
Well, I wish you a happy birthday next week.
Oh, thank you, and happy birthday to you as well. It was your
Well,
birthday.
thank
What
you.
was it?
A couple of days
Yesterday?
ago.
How many days ago?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So we're both October people.
Yes.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. And thank you, everybody that was here watching today. I hope you had a great show. Let me remind you that we have the master class coming up. Grandmaster Larry Tatum is going to be here at the studio. We're going to have 3 cameras doing the show. We're going to have a professional, camera guys doing the thing. So it's going to be the first international master class online with Grandmaster Larry Tatum. Kempo spreading the flame, okay? Get your ticket now. Space is limited. It's only going to be $25 per person. You will get a certificate of attendance, okay? To do so, all you have to do is go to PayPal and pay to Grandmaster Larry Tatum's account, ltatum1@mindspring.com, okay? You get the payment, $25. You resend your PayPal confirmation email to myself at dragonkinetico@gmail.com, okay? And you're set. We will send you the link for you to join. The class is going to be through Zoom, and it's going to be freaking fantastic, okay? So don't miss it. Thank you, Guro. We have one last comment here before we go. David Zúñiga, we joined your program again today. Gracias. Excelente. Saludos. Guro, see you next month.
Bye. Thank you, Master Frank.
Take care. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.